So now we're going to go over the full scale from the C string all the way to the A string, going over each note. So I'm going to play the scale and go over the notes with you, and you'll see on the screen each note as we play it. So I'm playing open C, first finger D, third finger E, fourth finger F, G, first finger A, third finger B, fourth finger C. Now we're back to the root. So now we're going to continue on. Open D, first finger E, second finger F, fourth finger G, open A, first finger B, second finger C. Now we're at the root, but we're going to go up. We're in first position, so we're going to go up to the D as well. So fourth finger D. Now we're going to go back down. So C, B, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F, E, D, and back to C. I want you to pause the video a minute and really memorize those notes. As you play the scale, say the note out loud. C, D, E, F, G. And maybe you want to try challenging yourself, maybe skipping to the fourth finger on the C, F. See what that is. Maybe you want to play the fourth finger on the D string, G. Maybe the second finger on the A string, C. So challenge yourself, quiz yourself, and see if you can memorize all of these notes as you play. And when you're back, we'll do an exercise of going up and down the scale. So we're going to do the scale in time, 60 beats per minute. We're going to do half notes, so each note will have 2 beats, and we'll work our way up all the way past the C to the D, fourth finger D, and without repeating the note, we'll go back down the scale back to the open C. So after the count of 4, we're going to do the full scale all the way to D. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Now, if it doesn't sound perfectly in tune, one thing that you can do instead of using a metronome, you can pull out your tuner and go through each note and just kind of look at the tuner to see if you can get that right in the middle and play around with the angle at where you're placing it. Try to be as square to the fingerboard as possible and try to get in tune for each note. So this is something that you're going to play around with, experiment, and work on intonation. Intonation is being in tune. Working on intonation is a lifetime process. I'm still working on intonation. I think I'll always be working on intonation. Cello is a tricky instrument that is easy to be out of tune, and getting in tune is something that comes over time with muscle memory, with a lot of practice, and you will get it eventually. For now, you're just in experimental phase. You're trying different things. You're being aware of your body, where any tension lies, and you're working your best to get that in tune. Now we're going to do the C major scale. This time we're going to speed it up a bit. We're going to do 60 beats per minute still, but we're going to do quarter notes. So each note will get its own beat. And if this is a little bit too fast, pause the video, go back to the other exercise that's in half notes, and come back when you're ready to play this in quarter notes. Again, you're just starting out and it will take some time, so don't feel like you have to be there right away. So now we're going to try playing C major all the way up to D, back down to the open C, and we're going to play in quarter notes. So each note will get its own beat, and I'll count us in after a count of 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. So as you're playing around in C major, you're getting used to what it feels like to press your fingers down on the fingerboard, trying to get a clear note that is in tune, and just experimenting with how you're feeling. Is your position right? Is your end pin at the right length? Kind of playing around with this and not being afraid to change things up and seeing what works for you as well. It may look a little bit different for you than it does for me. What's important is that your body is relaxed, that you're playing with confidence, and that you're having a good time as well. One thing that I like to encourage my students is to always have improvising as a cornerstone of your practice. So one thing that you can do is just play notes and just kind of play around with different rhythms and different notes, different combination of notes, and not being afraid to see what sounds good, see what doesn't, and have fun with it. When we come back, we're going to do more exercises to really train your muscles and get ready to improvise to a C drone track where you can have a C be playing and just kind of freely play what's on your heart and what's in your mind and practice what we've been learning. So take some time and really get comfortable with this scale and position and memorize the notes and be back for some more exercise.